We're getting parked here at Industry Day at the Tampa Super Show. We're gonna find out how good that Ben is at parking this truck, because this is the thing. This is our, what is this, babe? Is this like our fifth show that we have been to now since we've been RVers?
Yep, and I understand there's some new stuff it's brand new to the industry, and I'm super excited.
And you solve the problem.
No movement. This is probably the busiest I've seen Industry Day. So it just really goes to tell you, I mean, everybody wants to talk about, that the RV industry's down or this or that or whatever. I'm not going to speculate.
It's looking pretty vibrant.
But if like the way things look right now for Industry Day, and there's this many people that are showing up for Industry Day, it feels pretty exciting and happening to me. I don't know. We'll let you be the judge. Anyway, this is going to be fun. We get to show you guys fun stuff. This is some of my favorite stuff to do. All right, you guys. So this is something that we saw yesterday. This is definitely unique. And this is definitely one of those things that when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, this solves such a big problem, because we talk so much about storage and organization and space in an RV. And so this is our new friend, Eddie from Slinky Stove, and he's gonna show us the Slinky Stove.
I've actually wanted to reach out to you guys for a while and let you know the story of one of the important points of how the Slinky Stove came to be. Your videos and your content actually inspired the creation, believe it or not, of the Slinky Stove, because you showcased a lot of collapsible products. And when I was choosing all my products to put into my RV that obviously would save as much space as possible, there was no collapsible fire pit that actually stayed intact. When I had to make the choice between that entire thing or this, it all fits in here. This only takes up a 6-inch footprint into the fire pit. This is actually the all-new upgraded version of the Slinky Stove. It's a patented collapsible fire pit that stays intact. It's the only one of its kind. Nothing else like this has ever been done before. There's other fire pits, but they all nest together. They have to disassemble. So you basically get the walls and you assemble them together. This is the only one of its kind that stays together. Let me show you.
So if you're assembling it, obviously, then it's like, chances are you might not even take it out and use it, because you're like, oh, that's going to be too much work. I'm not going to, that's just too much to set up, right?
It's too much work. That was the main benefit of it collapsing, but we found other benefits to it. By it collapsing, it actually now you could cook at multi-levels. Very hard to find a fire pit where you could adjust the height and cook at different levels. And actually, because of the design, the inherent design, it has 3 concentric rings that creates more of an airflow that creates a more smokeless fire pit experience.
Interesting.
Everything you see here is included except the propane tank, but this is the lid.
So it comes with like this cooktop or whatever, if you want it, or if you want to use it as a cooktop or whatever.
This is the grill, and it has a handle that folds out, so you're able to put it back on. And so if you're cooking, and let's say you're searing a steak, you may not want the temperature too high, so what you do is you bring it up.
So you just bring it up, kind of twist, it locks in.
It has an L-shaped chamber, it locks in and it twists. I personally like to have the fire pit all the way down because I like to be more exposed to the fire.
Yeah.
And also when you have wood. Here, let me show you
So you can use propane or you can use wood.
Yes.
So we had another fire pit that remained nameless that was not collapsible. And we actually ended up not using it because now that we're in a fifth wheel, basically, we've had to downsize our storage, and so there's no space for it. So we actually got rid of it. But the one thing we did like is, because I personally don't want to smell like a campfire, so I prefer the propane fire pit. Ben likes the OG, you smell it.
Basically, this fire pit will replace your griddle. This is going to mount seamlessly. This is also a patented product that has the same collapsibility as that, and it's also going to store in this bag. You could remove this off, you store it away, you twist it, and it collapses down to 6 inches as well.
What temperature does that get up to?
We have a thermometer here, but yeah, it'll get up to 600. Yeah.
Okay.
So the beautiful thing about this is that now we found a way to use both wood and propane all in one. I don't know of any other fire pit that you could do this and have the portability and collapsibility of the Slinky Stove.
Does this have the smokeless technology as well? Cool.
Smokeless is about airflow.
Okay.
And if you look here and you take a picture from the top, you'll see all these because of the inherent design of the three concentric rings.
Yeah.
You get a vacuum vortex that forms inside and it sucks in all the air. So it burns really well.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. And then it looks like that you have a carry case, so it's really easy to store, like in the storage compartment of your RV or in the back of a truck.
This is it.
There you go.
Look at that. Love it.
That is
6
awesome.
inches. That's all you need.
Very cool. So we'll have a link. So it'll be gratefulglamper.com/Slinky Stove if you want to check it out and learn more. One of the things that we saw here at the show that I think is an amazing visual representation, and I had not seen anything like this before, that just really explains this concept super, super well, is so you guys know that we've been using the Unique Camping and Marine RV Digest It Plus, the toilet cleaners, the tank treatments, all of that we've been using for years and years, and it keeps our sensors reading correctly. But this is an excellent demonstration as to why that does that. So I'm gonna actually let our friend Ricky from Unique explain this and go through this demo.
This kind of represents like what you would see in a normal holding tank.
Except for it's not brown.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's why my hand is going in it. Because if it's brown, my hand would not go in it. What you kind of can't see is there's actually a fourth little button underneath there. So there's really kind of 3 types of sensors. These are called button probes. There's also actual probes that look kind of like a needle you would use in like to inflate a basketball or something like that. And it sticks out. And then there's one that like sticks to the side of the tank. And it basically uses like a sonar that kind of makes a little loop around itself to tell what levels are at. So this is probably the most common at this point. And even though it doesn't stick out a lot, it's enough to catch waste. When you're looking through here, I'll go ahead and hit our little button here. You can disregard this fellow. But you'll see it's at empty because the water level's just below the 1/3. 1/3, 2/3 full. The one that really matters is the ground down here. Without getting too crazy technical, all of these kind of have to signal to this one what they're doing. You can imagine, and this is where people kind of get hung up on this. I'm gonna take a little of this toilet paper and I'm gonna stick it on this probe right here. And this is kind of what people think is happening when their sensors misread. They think there's a little clump on it and they're gonna go and they're gonna hit the black tank and it's gonna show full. But it doesn't, because it's actually not about this being on there, it's about whether or not it's conducting the electricity throughout the whole sensor array. If I was to recreate this and build ourselves a little well,
You need more teepee, Ricky.
I know, it's too gushy. I'm gonna build myself a little like ladder here. Oh my gosh, hold on, we're almost there. It is gushy.
Hold, please.
There we go. Okay.
There.
So now, let's see if it's enough to touch. If I hit it, it goes to full. Because now it's created, it's completed the circuit pathway. A lot of people will get that, it misreads, and here's the reality. If you're using a good holding tank treatment, or if you're using a product like Restore It to kind of fix this situation, you will technically fix it if all you do is that. Even though that's not totally fixed, that will fix your situation to where it reads correctly. But you really want to get rid of that because that's a magnet for more paper.
Right.
So that's why it's so important to use like a really strong bacteria and enzyme, because when that water level gets to the top there, you want all of that eaten off. That's a temporary solve. What you really want is to dissolve all that so no more waste connects to that and then just restarts that problem over by creating that bridge. Bacteria and enzymes are really the only thing that can do that.
Yeah. And I think that's why, like, we've used, like, the fifth wheel we just bought, the tanks were showing full even when they weren't. And so that's where we use the Restore It to clean out the tanks. And so now our tank sensors, other than our freshwater, which we think is because it's unplugged, but they read correctly because now we know that we actually have clean tanks. And then like when Ben went to dump them, you know, obviously we saw what should have come out came out. So
Oh yeah.
yes. So we're good there. But anyway, I thought it was a great visual representation to be able to really understand why that it's so important, one, to use a good quality tank treatment, but also two, if you are getting misreading sensors or maybe you purchased an RV secondhand or something like that like we did, then what products that you'd want to use from Unique to be able to fix that. So we'll have a link in the description below where you can check out the whole lineup of products and get anything that you need and a little, you know, special discount from the Grateful Glampers too. One thing that I wanted to show you guys that is here at the show now, this came out just recently, so kind of like hot off the press, but that is the Unique Camping and Marine Scrub It in a Stick Pack. So you guys might have seen, I have been using this. This is an interesting thing, right? We're meeting so many people here at the show. We've had so many people stop us and say, hey, lovely couple we were just visiting with, that's very new to RVing. And so a lot of people, if you're new to RVing, what they don't realize is that what you're cleaning your toilet with is very important as far as you don't want to put anything in there that's antibacterial. You don't want to use bleach cleaners. You don't want to use any of these cleaners that are going to, one, potentially damage the seals in your toilet. We actually have been there and done that. You don't want to do that. But two, you don't want to do anything that could potentially make those black tank odors worse. And that is where I love the Scrub It from Unique Camping and Marine. And now that it's in a little stick pack, this is nice because then you don't have any liquids potentially rolling around in your RV, spilling on a travel day, messy mess, all of that. So you just open this, pour it in your toilet, clean your toilet. And not only does this work as a toilet cleaner, it also helps with the black tank treatment. So something new, something fun from our friends over at Unique. You guys are going to be hearing more about this in the future. And we'll have a link in the description below where you guys can save on this too. So great, fun new product here at the show. So I am here with Christoph, and he is with Silwy. Now, this is a product that when we ran across this and we saw this concept, we were really like wowed because we had never seen anything like this before. So you guys got your start in the marine industry, if I'm understanding correct. And so there's a lot of crossover when it comes to things that work for boats, that work for RVs, because they're similar in the sense of you've got a lot of movement that happens when you're in a boat, same thing when you're in an RV, and it can be kind of problematic sometimes when it comes to things like dishes and storage and stuff. And so tell us about the way you solve that problem.
I'm Christoph, I'm the founder of Silwy Magnetic System. We are from Germany, below Bavaria, near from Munich. And so we bring now Silwy to the United States, so we are well known in Europe. But in the United States, we are brand new. And I will like to introduce our smart magnetic system now to you. And you see, this is our unbreakable line. And the magnets are always completely integrated in the bottom of our tableware. And the secret is, they attract each other through with the North and with the South Pole. And attract each other in a perfectly balanced way like that. And also with the silicone ring, so they stop the magnetic power and it's very smooth. Every single set comes always with the counterpart. And here is the metal powder inside, and you have here the nano shell, and it's also removable. So there leaves no residue. If it's dirty, you can wash it with a clear water, you can cut it to any size, put it in a storage box, and if you have bumpy rides, they keep them on place. It's very important. And also for the glasses, the magnets are completely integrated inside. And every single glass set comes always with a coaster. It's the same material than the mats. Removable, washable, sticks to any sealed surface. And it's
That's kind of
always
like
a
your
system.
GPS that you'd stick to your dash, right? That you
Of course.
and then you can wash it and it's sticky again,
Exactly.
right? Okay, yeah.
The very important thing is if you would like to store them upside down. So it's an eye catcher and it's very space efficiency. So you need the metal strip. The metal strip has a massive metal layer inside with a 3M glue. It means it's a permanent installation,
Yeah.
but there's much more power to store them upside down.
Yeah, so you can like put this in your RV cupboard
Exactly.
and then store it upside down and use that. A
Yeah.
lot of times what ends up being
Exactly.
empty space.
And you see that here, to store them with the metal strip upside down, and you have here in the bottom our mats, and they stack to each other. And this is 100% space efficiency in one storage box.
So everything like on a travel day, like we
Exactly.
call it,
Yeah.
is secure and you don't have to worry about it falling out or breaking because like That, I mean, obviously, a glass in an RV when you're going down the road.
And I told you, so we have a lot of customers who live the whole year in the motorhome. And we would like to be the first brand in the world, make it the life easier, and they have the same experience in the home.
Right,
while
right.
you're driving.
So you're not drinking wine out of a paper cup.
Exactly. So we have crystal glasses, we have porcelain, and we have unbreakable lines, so the whole stuff. And our top seller is here with a solution for coffee machines or any sliding things. So it's called Power Bundle XXL. You put 4 magnets with a 3M glue in the bottom.
Yes.
So this can go on anything. So like,
Exactly.
I don't have to buy this specific,
No.
but I just buy this.
Exactly.
And I put it on the bottom of my coffee pot or my Berkey that I use for
Exactly.
water filtration or anything that I want
Yeah.
on the counter that I
Yeah.
don't want to move.
Or you would like to leave your vase on the table while you're driving. So
Right.
you put a magnet in the pad,
Yes.
that's it.
That's genius. Oh my gosh, I love it.
The paper towel holder is a perfect solution. You have the anti-roll stop function. So you slip it over and you have the rubberized magnets on the back side. And every single kitchen roll holder comes always with a strip, and you put it here, put it down, that's it. And you have a metal surface already outside, so you can use it outside as well, not only inside.
So this is just 3M tape that adheres this strip
Exactly.
also?
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yes. And you see the same system with a porcelain collection. And we have here a silicone ring as well. We have the magnet inside, and they attract each other. If you have any kitchenware,
Yes.
so we call it, this is our magnetic sandwich. And the magnetic sandwich has also the power magnet inside with a silicone and is flexible. You always start here with the metal nano gel mat.
Okay.
So it's the same for the dishes as well.
Yep.
And always start with the first sandwich. Then you get with the pan. You have, whoa,
When you're in a motorhome, right? So you hear these banging together
Exactly.
as you're driving,
yes, you
but this solves that
can
problem.
stack to each other and you solve
Yes.
the problem.
No movement.
Yeah.
That is absolutely brilliant. I love that.
Here at trade shows all over the world, listen very carefully how many problems they are existing on the market, and we would like to solve these problems with smart products.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we are here.
I love it. Cool. Well, we'll put a link in the description below where you guys can learn more or order some of these because these are pretty awesome. This is why we love RV shows. Seeing what's new, what's evolving, and what's coming next. Oh, and there's one product we found you are going to want to see, so stay tuned. All right, so one quick thing that I wanted to show you guys that wasn't at the Tampa show, but is a brand new product that we've just come across that I am enjoying are these Soundcore earbuds. So these are the A30 special earbuds because, well, I don't know if you have the same struggle, but like Ben snores at night. So
I don't think I snore at night.
if you know, you know. So here's the problem is that if you have a partner that maybe snores or maybe even they're just a loud breather, okay? And you don't fall asleep before they do, you kind of know the struggle is real, especially with RVing. Or like, here's the other scenario that we run into all the time is sleeping in a noisy environment. So like lot docking at a Cracker Barrel overnight, or like our favorite campground in the Florida Keys is amazing, but it is next to a highway. So depending upon where you land in that campground, it could be a little noisy, not necessarily at night, but you know, in those early morning hours when you're still trying to sleep. So these are amazing because these are earbuds that are designed specifically for sleep. So these not only are noise canceling, but you can also set these for like white noise. The other thing that I love about these jobbies, they are actually made for side sleepers. So they fit complete in your ear. So it blocks everything out. If you're a side sleeper like I am, like you could totally sleep on your side, totally not feeling them or anything like that. They also have an alarm like built into the app. So you don't have to worry about like you've blocked out the noise so much that then you miss your alarm in the morning or anything. And they also have like smart technology. So they detect if there's noise like snoring next to you to where that they come on automatically then. So one more thing too, with these little you know, foamy things and stuff like that that are on here. They come with a whole little like library of them. So you've got ones that are going to fit any ear shape, right? You don't have to worry about if you have big ears, small ears, the whole 9 yards. You can put on the foam things that will make sure that it sits in your ear 100% comfortable. So that's nice and handy. Super amazing little gadget for enhancing your sleep in the RV. So we'll have a link in the description below where you can pick these up. And then a huge thanks to Soundcore for sponsoring this video and sending us these headphones. And oh, babe, by the way, I got a pair for you too. They're right over there on the counter.
For me?
For you.
Sweet. Thank you.
There you go.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna go put these in right now. Like a reel for the power cord. That's so
power cord
cool.
is on the side.
This is MoRide Easy Reel. See, this little pass-through thing has a little magnet right here that you can just pop it up and then hinge it down. Brilliant.
Some newer stabilizing jack pads, both all in the fasten platform, and they all interface together and work in multiple configurations to solve multiple solutions. Additional offerings in the integrated circuit analyzer and surge protection dog phone. For 2026, we are launching a 30 to 30 version. One of the last components here we have is a 4-in-1 water pressure regulator. So this is an adjustable water pressure regulator in a 90-degree configuration. It has a gauge and also a shut-off.
Well, hey there.
This is a pretty big closet. Look at this thing.
Look at that thing. Dang. Oh my God.
You're on. Okay, so I'm here with Noah at Camco, and you guys, I'm really excited because yesterday we came kind of for a sneak peek, and this is amazing.
The most innovative RV fan on the market. So this is our Skylight vent fan. This is new for 2026. Really excited about this product. First time that consumers are seeing this. This is a game changer. No more fan blade, no more screen, no handle in the way. There is a full view right here into the beautiful night sky or some beautiful sunshine to let it all through. This still gives you the fan though. So it's 14 by 14 vent, standard vent, but it's giving you that beautiful fan experience here with no obstructions. So this has,
right,
yes, it does have oscillation here. And so it has exhaust, it has pulling the air from the outside.
What does that mean?
So if you want to exhaust out all the hot air from the RV,
Or like in a
hit
bathroom?
exhaust mode, or in a bathroom,
You're taking a shower.
or you need to bring fresh air inside.
Yep.
Okay, it's a little bit warm, it's cool outside, you want to bring fresh air in, you can go ahead and do that. But what's different about this fan than any other fan is that it has the circulation as well. So think you've been running your AC and it's hot outside, you don't want to exhaust out all of that hot air,
Right.
or cool air and bring hot air in. You want to circulate that air and keep movement going around the RV and experience the nice fan
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
moment to keep it even cooler and give just the temperature, just keep it all consistent throughout the RV.
Right.
And so it pulls air in here in its closed system, and then it exhausts the air out, pulls it through to circulate air throughout your RV. Doesn't have any moving parts on the outside like to lift
Open
the
and
vent
close.
and open close.
Yep.
So rain or shine, you still get the exhaust or the intake or the circulation.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. It also has a light function, so we can change the mood color of the light, also the brightness of it. So it's got 3 settings plus the boost mode. So if you really need to move that air quickly for that exhaust or bring in cool air, you can do that. So really excited about this. Again, it comes 14 by 14, so you can put this on a standard vent and then also a remote.
And this will be available to the public
In
this
April
spring.
this year. Yep.
All right. So make sure you subscribe because we're gonna get our hands on one and test it out, and we'll report back to you guys. But hit that subscribe button because you're gonna want this spring. So many exciting new things, and this is just the beginning. We've got some great projects and videos coming this spring that we're super excited about. And if you're up for a little fun, don't miss our RV quiz video from the Tampa show a few years back. It's definitely a good one.